Check, check, check. 1, 2. What it do, baby? That's right. Welcome, everybody. Bro, this is actually happening. This finally. I feel like, podcast episode number 2. You're like, episode number 2? This is the first one on Spotify. Where's the first one, Tim? We really wanna see what you've been up to, man. Yeah, well, let me tell you, you ain't never gonna find episode number 1, because it was a disaster. Therefore, it's gonna be beneath level 6 of underground or whatever that is. Yeah, you know, like one of those things where, what is it, the end of the world and you buy bunkers. There you go. Thanks all the 2.5 people that listen to this podcast now. Bro. Listen, today... You're in week 9, man. NFL week 9. What is it? It's October 30th. Yo, what was it? Halloween? Yo, this is... Oh, no. Come on, man. This episode is going to air on the October 30th, the Halloween. But it's okay. It's episode 2. We didn't start here, so... Bro. What I do, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yo, let's talk about games. Let's talk about how week 9 is gonna be, bro. Because I'm really curious. You know, this season has been so drastically different from last year's. Because all we've been doing is just trying to collect the information of who's gonna be in Super Bowl. Was it 53? Right? We had. We were trying to pretend that the Patriots are not going to be there, you know, as if it's like, you know, everybody compares them to the Warriors, but, you know, Warriors, it's so different. I don't like this comparison. Oh man. I'm not trying to underestimate the Warriors, you know, they did great, but here's the thing, like, they collected the A team, you know what I'm saying? And every single, like, sports fan is going to say that it's not possible. Like, you know, like, oh, the Warriors are really trying their best and they're good and you're jealous. You're just a hater. You know what? I am a hater. I am. I'm trying to understand why they have so much money. You know, they got a bunch of people, but here's the thing. The Patriots, they're not trying to get the best of the best. Tom Brady was 199th pick, right? Round 6. You know, that was kind of over-exaggerating for them to have that kind of guy playing as a quarterback, but then he proved himself, and here we go. Here we are, 6 Super Bowl rings later. Was it 12 appearances or something like that? Anyway. Yeah. So I think the Patriots are killing this season. Was it the 100th year? Because we're celebrating the 100 years of NFL. Praise the Lord. Yo, but here's the thing. Patriots are not the only ones who are really killing it. And you know who else? Jimmy GK. I messed it up. Oh, man, I messed it up. Jimmy, was it GK? GQ. There you go. Like, he's a good-looking quarterback and, you know, guy overall. But that's the thing. 49ers, their quarterback used to play for the Patriots. You don't see you don't see KD leaving the Warriors and becoming, you know, the next best thing. Oh, Jesus, I'm tired. All right, and then they're playing Cardinals. Well, that's pretty, like, who, you know, Cardinals, let me tell you, I don't know what they think about. It's like they never had a summer camp. They're not really ready. So, bro, I'm telling you, easy. 49ers are gonna win. I'm not gonna even spend my breath on this. I'm not gonna even watch it. You know what? Maybe I will. Maybe for Jimmy I will, because I'm really curious. They're 7-0 right now. So, and Arizona is 3-4-1. So, they had a tie. That's how bad you have to be. They had a tie within their first, was it first or second week, something like that? I don't know. You can proof check me. And then we have Texans versus Jaguars. Now that's really interesting because we have Deshaun Watson, who's a very, like, his football IQ is super high, and I really like how whenever there's a press conference or something happening like that, Yeah, that's right. I watch a lot of YouTube. So whenever you have all of this information, like being accepted towards, um, being accepted towards like you as a quarterback, you get to judge how the defense is running. I mean, you can do the same thing on the sideline, but it's a totally different thing than whenever you're in the field. I mean, you obviously have like different people sitting in the booth, like watching the film as you're playing at the same time. So you get all of that information. However, like being the quarterback, it's man, Deshaun Watson, he takes all my respect. I give it all to him. By Texans between Jaguars, man, that's gonna be tough. My money is gonna, you know what? Even though in fantasy I have Chark Jr. I have him on my fantasy, but I really want the Texans to win because they deserve it. Was it 5-3 and Jaguars are 4-4 right now? Minshew, man, what a quarterback! That's a killer. Honestly, he is. He has the same. Everybody keeps on saying like he has the same vibe and the same idea as Baker Mayfield whenever he walked in on the field in that first game. Was it second half or something like that? He was out. He was able to pull off a W in the team that celebrated 016. It had a parade in their honor. Like that's how. I mean, I guess you gotta have to celebrate if you haven't like won won a game in 20 straight. Bro, they had like what was their record? I'm really curious. I can't remember. I think what is it? Did they have like was it 7 wins? I don't know. I'm probably exaggerating. They can't have 7 wins. They I don't know. I think like five games that they won, and it was like so much better than the last season and a half that they had. But then here we are, and Minshew is like killing it right now with Jaggers. But again, their defense used to be really good. Last year and I'm sorry, it was last. Oh my gosh, yeah, it was the last 2 years. So right now they're pretty, they're getting into it. And then we have Bears. Oh, okay, so my money's on Texans. And then we have Bears and Eagles. Now, I don't know. I feel like we definitely need to give the Bears a chance because there's definitely potential. They have Mac on the team. Their defense is decent. I'm not gonna say they're great. It's decent. I'm not a football player, but I watch things, so it's pretty decent. But I don't know. I really want the Eagles because I feel like they're trying to prove themselves again, right? They won the Super Bowl last year and they're trying to prove themselves, and I feel like they're not going to be able to unless they like I feel like they're starting to have that feeling that that the Cowboys have been having for the past like 20 plus years. Like, oh, we had so many, Super Bowls won. But right now, we don't want to do anything else, It's not our job to be successful, which is a lie because, first of all, I really want the Eagles. This is going to be tough, but my money's on the Eagles. Yeah, I'll go for the Eagles, And then Colts versus Steelers. Now that's an easy one. That's another one. Colts, Brissett, is that his last name? I don't know. He used to be Tom Brady's backup. Like, how crazy is that right now where Andrew Luck left before the season started, and then we have Colts. What's their situation right now? 5-2, and Pittsburgh 3-4. Listen, I'm no math, I'm no genius, but I can tell you that he learned a lot from watching Tom Brady. Because here's the thing, whatever Tom Brady went through, he had to go through the same thing. Therefore, there you go. The reasons why, obviously coaching. Coaching is definitely something that Indiana is trying to improve, and I've been really following them ever since Pat McAfee, their kicker. Their punter, because the kicker, Vinatieri, the GOAT, I've been trying to follow them a lot and trying to figure out, like, they're, gonna, like, steady them. And so I feel like that's been my money's in Colts, definitely. Because, I mean, let's look at it. Steelers have so many things going on, and their front office has been an absolute disaster. They're trying to fix it, go back to those, they have 6 rings. They won 6 Super Bowls, and thankfully to those 70s and 80s, right? But right now, I don't know. I can't really tell. The whole situation with AB and Bell, was it LeVar Bell? I don't know. But I would be curious to see. I'll be curious to see a highlight. Jets versus Dolphins. You know what? I'll skip. Jets versus Dolphins. Listen, this is a 1-6 team versus 0-7. I'm not gonna. You know what? I'm not gonna even bother. My money is on the Jets because Dolphins. I don't know what they're doing. They had a rough start. I understand the hurricane. They had a hurricane and everything had happening, but who knows, man? Who knows? I would be really curious. Vikings versus the Chiefs. Now, here's the thing. I have Mahomes on my fantasy, and I feel like all my decisions are based off of my fantasy team, right? However, bro, the Vikings, I don't know what happened to them. Kirk Cousins, what are you doing? What are you eating? I know you barbecue a lot, bro. I know you barbecue a lot. So what kind of meat are you eating? Like, why are you good all of a sudden? Like, what happened to you? I mean, obviously the team, and I know that was it Stephon Diggs, one of their wide receivers. He basically saved them whenever he got that catch and ran into the end zone. Last playoff, and yeah, my money is on Vikings. The next one is Titans versus the Panthers. Yo, I am not really sure what's going on. I feel like the Titans. Well, yeah, because the Titans are 4-4 right now, so they're 4-4 is nothing. If it was like 4-2 was 7-4, I would understand. But 4-4 is like you've lost some, you've gained some gains. You got some wins, but it's there's a lot to prove. That's what I'm trying to say. There's a lot to prove for Tennessee Titans. Carolina, all of a sudden, that guy, or was it McAfee? I don't know. I keep on, man, I'm so terrible at names. But here's the thing. That guy was McCaffrey. Bro, Christian McCaffrey. He got a bunch. He's basically one of the main guys who's, he's a running back. Therefore, touchdowns is a must for him. Obviously, running, but that kid knows how to find a way to get a touchdown, right? So I feel like this is going to be a very interesting game between the Titans and Panthers. I don't know. I never get this feeling with the Titans that their defense is really good. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like their defense is okay. Like, I would love to hear your opinion because Titans is something that I'm like, I guess, That's my feeling about this game. I feel like the Panthers are gonna win. I want them to win, but it would be like, okay. Yo, the next one we got Redskins versus the Bills. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's another one. That's another one. The Arizona and the Redskins. Both of them, I don't know what they're doing. Oh man. See that I'm yawning because how boring that game is gonna be. I feel like the Bills. Here's the thing. You know who I don't like on the Bills? Cole Beasley. I don't like him. I just don't like him. I'm a Cowboys fan. Oh man, a lot of you are like, oof, I'm out of here, bro. Listen, I'm a Cowboys fan because my friend was a Cowboys fan. Therefore, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be a Cowboys fan. Like, I feel like everybody tells me to choose a team, right? Choose a team, and I felt like the Cowboys have been, because I've been a fan for like over a decade or something like that. It was back when Tony Romo, I don't know, man. It's names. Who cares, right? Because I'm terrible with names, so I'll try my best. You know what? Oh, fine. It's kind of negative. I'll try my best. But here's the thing. Cole Beasley is I feel like he's very arrogant with what he wants. I understand it's football, It's sports. You gotta protect your own brand. Nowadays, everything's about the brand. You gotta protect it. But here's the thing: Cole Beasley, he needs to behave better, and therefore he's gonna get the touchdowns. He's gonna get those carries because he's trying to prove himself in the Bills organization. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Bills are gonna win that game because they need to. They need to at least to be considered. They're 5-2 right now. 5-2 is not bad. If 5-2 is better than 4-4, let me tell you that. But here's the thing: how much talent do they have? They obviously have their the new quarterback. I don't know what's his name. Right, they got the new Josh Allen. I always confused because the Giants got a new quarterback, the Bills, and then and the Jaguars. But I my money is on the Bills, man. Buccaneers and Seahawks. Yo, Seahawks, I am amazed. Seahawks, I think it all starts from their coach to the quarterback. Listen, Russell Wilson has been something that he's not just a quarterback. He's an icon in that franchise, right? Franchise. He's definitely somebody that, listen, you have so much success, and therefore people are looking up to you because of, I think he's, what is it? He's 5, no, he's not 5'10". He's 6, yeah. He's 6 feet. People see you as a quarter. He's usually, what is it? Quarterback's like 6'1", 6'2", or something like that. Great arm and stuff like that. But he's like, I'm like 5'10", 5'11" on a good day or something like that, right? But then he's probably going to be like an inch higher than me. But that's the thing, like the guy, despite his height, everybody looks up to him because they know that he's the guy who's going to bring the W. Because he's going to inspire everybody else to do their job. Just like the Belichick's great because he motivates every single player. But I feel like everybody's looking up to Tom Brady for that leadership. Everybody's looking up to Tom Brady to tell them what to do because they've been practicing those skills all throughout the summer, all throughout the year. They know what they're doing. So my money's on the Seahawks versus the Buccaneers because they're 2-5. I feel like 2-5, you just have to understand that you're not going to make it. You just have to understand that 2-5 is something that, like, it was nice. It was nice. Good job. Maybe next time, Maybe next year we'll do something. The Lions versus the Raiders. Yo, Matthew Stafford, he is somebody that I admire. Yeah, you can tell me I'm uninterested or unprofessional. The Raiders, I don't know, man. I thought the Raiders are going to be something great. I thought that them having AB, Antonio Brown, is going to be something that they would benefit greatly. And I think they did as well. I feel like they could have worked, but for some reason that didn't happen. And I was like, man, they're definitely... I wouldn't know. I didn't know if... I didn't think they're going to make it to the playoffs. I think the Raiders still have another year to figure what they want, to figure out what exactly they need on their team. And was it Steve Carr? No. That's Warriors head coach. And their quarterback, Derek Carr, I think. Let's go with that. I over here, because Detroit is 3-3-1, right? They had a tie, so I don't know. I think the Oakland, because they're in 3-4, they need that win. They need that win to be able to be considered with Tennessee Titans. As sad as it sounds, Tennessee Titans. All right, but it's tough, man. You know what? My money is, even though I feel like the Lions are gonna win, my money's gonna be on the Raiders. I'll put on the Raiders. Then we have Packers and Chargers. That's a given. Packers have been so smart. And again, this goes back to the way Aaron Rodgers is on the field. I love there's you can look up like a highlight videos or something like that. Him being able to understand how many people on the field, that's something that mesmerized me about him. As the fact that if the fact that anybody who's going outside of the off the field and somebody else is coming in, he's able to call the shot and say up, right? He's able to say like let's play, let's understand what's going through, and let's play. And that's brilliant. That's something that I admire about him so much because he's very smart. And those Hail Marys, I don't know what he's thinking, but my money's on the Packers, obviously. Browns versus Broncos. Oh, let me get deep a little bit. Let me get deep for a second. I think that the Browns should have been much better than they have. And I think everybody knows because they're 2-5 right now. I think that they should have been better than what they were last year. Now, I'm not talking about having so many people playing for them. You know, was it Landry, and then we have, obviously Baker from last year. We have OBJ, who's arguably one of the best wide receivers, that the league has ever seen. I'm not talking about just one catch. I'm talking about the consistency of his actions. Obviously he has a bad reputation, but again, he's one of those people that becomes a brand. They become somebody that everybody else is like, oh, we have to have him because he's good for the money. The same thing that the LeBron James. He's a phenomenal player. LeBron James did a lot for the sport. But here's the thing. He sells tickets. And that's what Cleveland. I'm sorry, Cleveland, but I'm pretty sure your lowest ticket is $2. So I think that the Browns should have been much better. But the Broncos, I don't know what's going on, man. Broncos, you know what? For this game, Browns. I want the Browns to win, and I want Odell Beckham Jr., OBJ. That's right, that's him. I want him to get some carries. I'm tired of seeing him as a decoy in that team, and I really want him to see something that's something that's really good. Somebody that helps lead the team, right? Because Baker Mayfield, I don't know what you're doing, man, but I feel like he's driven by fear. Fear of either interceptions, failure. I feel like fear is a huge thing for him right now because he's got a lot of people on his team, and to distribute the ball evenly and have for the people that, I want OBJ to have a highlight of 2019, and I don't want to see that highlight as a part of him just running around and being a decoy. But my money is on the Browns. Last one is Patriots versus the Ravens. Now that's the game I'm going to watch. It's going to be, I live in Belgium, so that game is going to be at 2 in the morning. So I'm going to watch it a day after that. But Patriots versus Ravens. Do I need to say it? If they would, out of all of these people, right? I love to look at their Patriots. Their their schedule of who they're playing. I would be concerned if they are playing Green Bay, because I feel like Green Bay is gonna let them know, right? Green Bay is gonna at least make a fight, right? But here's the thing: the last game that the Ravens played versus the Patriots won. It was 30-23. It was on December 13th, 2016. So I think that with LaVar Jackson, they're doing an amazing job. They're doing an incredible job, right? They're if the Patriots are 8-0, the Baltimore is 5-2 right now, and I think that they have proved themselves. I think that they have proved themselves that they can be a team. Their tight end Andrews, right? Their wide receivers right now, and LaVar Jackson himself getting those touchdowns. I think that they have proven themselves that they can be a smart team, and they can be like Baltimore right now is what Chiefs were last year. I feel like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? How Chiefs were so smart about what they do. LaVar Jackson's like, let me take this a little, let me take this to a different level. But I still feel like the Patriots are gonna win. And last, listen. If you're out there, listen. Dallas versus the Giants. They played. They played in the beginning of. Dallas won, right? It was it 2 weeks ago or something like that, 3 weeks ago. I don't know. We should think Dallas won by far because the Giants have been struggling to figure out what they're doing. I don't know, for the past 4 years, I think. I'm glad that what Walter no, Peyton Manning, no, Eli Manning. There you go, the Manning brothers, right? Eli Manning. I think he got 2 Super Bowls. Good for him. He knew exactly how to get that off the team that is considered one of the greatest. Good for you. I think that he was very smart about it. His coaching was very smart about it. But right now, I can see him retiring because it's about time. I don't understand why he needs to prove himself again, but I think that it's the time for him right now to just quit. I'm sorry, not quit, retire, because I feel like quitting is a very negative part to it. So retiring, I feel like you need to retire because it's time. It's time. You've proven yourself. You've showed that you're a great player. I mean, you're not Peyton Manning, and you never wanted to be, but you've done your part. You did what you had to do. You showed that the Giants can be a great team, but they need somebody else. They need another face. And yeah. Oh yeah, my money I was a Dallas are 4-3 right now, and the Giants are 2-6. I mean, dare I say more? I mean, the Giants will be driven to win. The Giants will be driven to finally prove themselves that they're not terrible. But the Cowboys are, everybody's laughing at the Cowboys because they're the ones, we them boys, right? The Cowboys are always proving that, like, oh, we can do better. But then they win the game and then they lose the game. And everybody's blaming Dak Prescott. And let me tell you, Dak Prescott, there's nothing to blame for him. There's not, he did not do anything wrong. But that's the thing. I wished he was a better quarterback. I wish he was a better leader. He's got a great arm. His IQ level is again Deshaun Watson. Even them two, I think of them a lot as brothers because the way they think about everything, the game and how to play, it's very smart. But here's the thing: I'm tired of seeing the Cowboys only having Cooper to catch it, and what's his name? Ezekiel Elliott. There you go. For him to be, for him to run the ball. Those two people. He might have like, Cole Beasley used to be like, used to be much better on the Cowboys. He got a bunch of, catches and all that. He was able to be that middle field. He's like the Edelman of whenever they had Indy. Was it a couple years ago? Whenever nobody really paid attention a lot to. It's like 5 years ago. Julian Edelman. He was trying to prove himself, right? And then not everybody wasn't paying attention to him. And all of a sudden, he started getting catches, he started running the ball, and he threw the ball one time. And as far as I remember, the Patriots only did that twice, that the quarterback didn't throw the ball. So I don't know. This year is quite different. A lot of people are asking me, saying that, Tim, why are you so surprised? Why are you so surprised about this year? Obviously, the Patriots are going to be this good. I'm just surprised of the drastic difference between last year and this year. I was so hoping that it's going to be something new, something fresh. Because here's the thing. Obviously, Patriots are going to win. Obviously, Patriots are. I'm tired of pretending that somebody else is going to win the championship, right? And the same thing that we had with the Warriors. We had the Warriors and the Raptors. It's amazing. I really like how the Raptors are. I mean, Kawhi Leonard, man. I've been a fan of him ever since 2012, man. 2012. I watched the game that they played, and one game. It took me one game to understand that Kawhi Leonard is gonna be one of my favorites. And so, I am on his side. I'm definitely on his side. So, 2019, who's going to be in the Super Bowl? I don't know. I think it's going to be the Patriots, and it's up for grabs. It's up for grabs. Whoever wants it, they can have it. They can get it. But it's going to be a very tough one. It's going to be a very tough sell to whoever is going to be a part of it. It's going to be a very tough sell to whoever wants it. So I'm curious. Tell me what you think, I don't know. We'll see. Today's Wednesday, so I hope it's gonna be a Wednesday thing for me now, cause episode 2, baby. What it do, baby? Right? Kawhi Leonard, such a, yeah. I need to get off. Cause football is a passion of mine. I've been watching it for a real long time, and as a kid from Ukraine, I should not understand this, but somehow I, you know, somehow I care about this, and I don't know. I just really want NFL to realize that their organization is something that needs to do better for the players, because it seems like a lot of teams are jumping from one side to another, and I'm not blaming only NFL. I mean, obviously it's about the teams as well and how they're behaving, right? But I like. To what part are we going to allow the players to dictate how they're going to behave, and we just have to be okay with that? Because if the players are starting to behave like AB, like Antonio Brown, who thought, I mean, obviously he's one of the best. I'm not taking the credit away from him, because he's amazing, but I think that he can do so much better, So yeah, all right, that will be it. I gotta go, man. I gotta go. It's been like 30 minutes. I don't know what I'm doing. So, thank you so much for listening. I don't know, all the 2 people that are listening to this, it's just gonna be interesting to figure out who's gonna win if I got it right, On next Wednesday, I'll talk about who got it right, and I think I'm right 94% of the games. But we'll talk about the highlights and everything in depth. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be definitely interesting. But all right, deuces, guys. Have a great week. Don't try not to break any laws. All right. I'm out of here. Bye.